Let's make this one. Let's make this one.
What's going on, everybody? We're just gonna let people get tuned in.
Money. Money.
What is going on? We're just gonna let some people get tuned in. It is a really dead start. Dead start today. So I am gonna make this a slow intro until we get some people tuned in, because I would like to go over all this stuff with you guys when we have the most people here to answer most questions. So a lot has happened over the past week with Litecoin. We're going to dive deep into that, maybe make this live stream a little bit longer than most. Put as much information as possible into the live stream. But if you guys can, so that way we can get everybody onto this live stream, hit the retweet and the like on the original Twitter post, so that way the algo does show it to everyone that we are live. And while you're at it, when you come back to this page, please smash the like button on this video and subscribe if you are not subscribed. That helps a lot. All right, so we got some people that are beginning to tune in here. Hope you've been well, everybody. A lot has happened, so I'm going to start off with a recap. We're going to scroll back through my Twitter page. I'm going to recap on everything I did and how we got to this point, where we're here, because I know when I post onto Twitter, you don't all see the posts in the proper order. Sometimes you see some posts, others you don't, and then it makes it confusing. So unless you actually visit my page and scroll through it, that is how you're going to get up to date on everything that I've been talking about to know how we got here. So that's why I'm going to do the recap and then go over the markets and what we're going to be looking for. So make sure, I want to make sure that all you guys can hear me, that we don't have any insane lag. I am currently in a short-term trade. That is what you are looking at right now on Litecoin. Whether it hits my stop, don't care. But what I'm looking at right now is we have some pretty extremely oversold conditions on the hourly RSI here. And if you look out and you go out to the 4-hour, we are touching oversold conditions on that 4-hour. And I figured this would be a nice little spot to make a little long after this candle close right here. Looked pretty promising. So on the following candle, I made an entry on it and didn't get the greatest close, but I'm sitting here just watching just waiting, because if we can start to move up here, definitely we'll be targeting this previous support turned resistance in the low 120s, which would give about a 5% profit or almost a 2% loss. So decent risk to reward. Just wanted to let you guys know that I am in on this trade right now, but we're gonna go back here and go back to Twitter here. Hope you guys are doing well. YouTube's giving me these errors, so that's why I'm asking if you guys are hearing me all right. Hate it when YouTube does that. Says that might be a little glitchy for you all. But yes, guys, smash the like button, subscribe, and we will get into it. Throw some questions down while I am talking, and I will be happy to answer some questions, because I know I get a lot of questions on the comments on a lot of my posts asking me about different things, and this is the best opportunity for you guys to ask those questions right before I'm doing a live stream, because I love to answer them in the live stream. I think it's better, and it helps more people. Okay, so let's rewind. We're gonna go back to February 13th. Actually, while I'm starting this off, gonna go over this, I just wanted to show you guys this picture of Stephen Harris. He posted a picture of one of the same tie that I'm wearing, same crypto tie that I'm wearing. He posted the picture of his tie, which he was wearing it for a wedding, which is sick, and it looks good. And yeah, real quick, they are now available. The crypto ties are now available for everybody. They were only limited to the email list at first, because we had fulfillment concerns, wanted to make sure that everybody could actually get them. So now they are available right here on cryptoties.com, where you can order them and see the whole collection for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum ties, the highest quality cryptocurrency ties in the world. You can see that we have some pretty sick pictures on here showcasing the quality of these ties in like 25 megapixel photos or something crazy. So yeah, guys, check that out if you're interested, and we will get back into it. All right, so February 13th, let's go back here. So this is something to think about as we pushing more of my bids to 115 and hoping we bounce. But this is why I use stop losses much lower. I think $80 possibility comes back to life. Let's hope not. I'm currently bullish, and I had a lot of good reasons to be bullish here as we progressed, and we got that, what I called a triple bottom, followed by that breakout, which is where I made my entry, because back around this time we were scouting for that daily high or low. We needed that daily high or low. That was the best entry point for best risk or reward. And then if we broke 140, we would have a confirmation of that daily high or low and off to new all-time highs, right? So I was sitting patient at this point. I was targeting closer to 115 at this point by the time I post this. So I was zooming in. We originally had a rising wedge here, ended up turning into a regular bear flag. So saw the bear flag, got the break of the bear flag, and then this was the break of that bear flag. Didn't have any follow through. We just moved sideways, right? I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see. So this right here was that bear flag. We broke down. Then we ultimately double bottom. Didn't see much follow through. Just moved sideways. So just sat there, waited. Okay, I was looking at this trend line right here. All this rejection. So this is pretty easy for me to just sit here and just wait, because we're seeing the rejection. And then the breakdown. I was like, okay. Then we bounced here. I'm like, okay. Possible triple bottom play. Maybe we don't see near $115. So I decided to make a long entry with a pretty tight stop. Ended up working out pretty well. We got that breakout. Nailed it. Boom. Literally right at the bottom of the candle. Boom. Broke right out. It was good. Everything was looking good. It was looking like maybe we got our daily high or low beginning to be set here, right, guys? So we got that break. Then we zoom in on the 15-minute. We got, see the back here? This is where we got that break. We consolidated. Then we went up higher. Now we're forming a bull pattern, a falling wedge on the 15-minute. So this is all good stuff, guys. When you're looking at this, all this looked good. The bulls were coming in, everything was looking strong. So at this point, I was starting to get pretty convinced. Okay, I'm just going to swing this position and ride it. So my initial entry at 124.30, I ended up moving my stop into profit at 125.75 just for a little bit of profit. I ended up moving up higher, and we ended up getting breakout from this wedge. If the internet's going to load. So I hope you guys can can hear me all right, and I hope that it's working okay. So yeah, so we got that breakout, right? And I said, Class A airspace, let's go, because right now we're breaking this 131 level, which is critical. Once we did that, boom, we would have been up into the 140s, and we were pushing it. We saw some increasing volume here. We had a break of the pattern. Everything looked good, guys. There wasn't much to say, you know, this was looking bad. There wasn't a lot of warning signs until this happened. We had more than a 50% retracement of the breakout, confirming rejection at 131. And I was not expecting that, but I was down in at 124.30, not expecting that, saw that happen, and it was just like, flip a switch. All right. I think this is a local top at this point, and I said, you know, it'd be a good idea to start taking some profits up here, and I started scaling out. And you know, it wasn't a big profit. It was like 4% profit that I made on this move, but I was trading $100,000 position on this, so I ended up making a few grand on that. And now going forward, then I was looking for a potential 4-hour higher low. Couldn't get that. We need to set a 4-hour higher low to get the strength break 131. You know, and that was kind of just pulling on strings there, hoping that maybe the bulls can give us something. Maybe, you know, because I wanted to be a little aggressive as a bull. I wanted to come down. I wanted to try to make another entry, keep my stops tight. You know, don't want to give back all of my profit, but you know, we hit this 0.618, so I'm back in 120, 125. Oh no, stop loss was at 125. If this will load. Hope you guys are having a good one. If you are liking this, please smash the like button. We do not have a lot of likes in the video right now, so please smash that, and that'll help. And subscribe. And I'm drinking some Stella, so cheers to everybody. You know, I'm gonna crack a drink when I think we're gonna see new lows. So we hit the 0.618 on this 4-hour. So 0.618, golden ratio, you know, good time to enter, made an entry. And then boom, another great trade. So I did pretty good, you know, up until after this point. Then the bulls just fizzled, you know, and sometimes the market just goes against you, and you just got to be ready for it. You got to zoom out. This is why I said we're going to zoom out here a little bit. Let's get a little bit of clarity. Let's really make sure and get the big picture as to what's going on here. So looking at this 4-hour, this is a zoomed out picture of my long right at the bottom of that wick there. I have my stop right below there, pushed right up. Looks pretty good. We got this lower yellow trend line, touch there, touch there, touch on the bottom of the wick. So we are in a 4-hour, this is a 4-hour uptrend line. All right, so I figured if we can break through this, get through 131, we could then set a higher low, and then break through this, break 140, and then we will flip the daily time frame, daily uptrend. But, and then I'll pull up this one too. This is the 6-hour chart, so you see you got 3 touches up here on the top. This is just a little, if you zoom out to the daily, these you don't have that fake out there. But so I was looking at that. I shared that. That obviously helped a lot of people. Had 59 people like that. And then I talked about Bitcoin here for a second. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin for a minute. But these are all good technical indications for the bulls, right? So this is the Bitcoin chart. looking at the 2-day chart, we have the EMA 12, this red line, which has served as a pretty solid rejection point. Okay, then we had this white downtrend line. We boom broke through that, had a nice follow through. We came up above 41,620 here, set higher low, and then bounce right off the EMA 12 that was serving as resistance, now serving as support, with a candle close right above the previous high. So that looks pretty good, right? Sometimes the market just moves against you, and you got to be ready for it and know what to look for. So I held on to my long here because it wasn't much of a move. I mean, you know, on this chart right here, looking at the hourly chart, that's pretty good entry, and you know, we had pretty good follow through, nice bounce right off that level. So I really wasn't up that much. So I just kind of hold on to it. I was a little busy that day, and then ends up coming down, nearly touching my stop by like 4 cents. And then I posted, I said, lucky, I'm still long. It was only 4 cents from my stop loss trigger. And then I was posting this to really make a point for people, because my stop ended up triggering, guys. But I wanted to make this point to people because I used to do this a long time ago, and I think we all have done it, and some of us still occasionally make mild exceptions and move our stops a little bit lower sometimes. And every time you do that, you're accepting more risk. But what happens when you really do that? When you have a solid trade plan and then you start modifying it midway, you really, at that point, you are straight gambling. And you are only exposing yourself to more risk. And, you know, if you're basing all your trades off your original trade plan, you're certainly not increasing your reward. You're only increasing your risk. So that's why I wanted to post this. It was a point to say never lower it to accept more risk because you think it's only going a smidge lower. That's called gambling. Trading with a plan gives you controlled odds. You know the outcomes for each scenario and make calculated decisions. So if you modify your plan mid-trade, it's almost always to accept more risk. Unknowns. We all have done this to some extent. Just fair, helpful advice to avoid, in my opinion. So that's why I shared that post. Thought it was a little helpful to some of you. Hope you guys are doing good. Are you guys able to hear me all right? I know somebody posted that it froze. Is everything still frozen? You guys can hit the chat, let me know. We will play with this a little bit, hopefully get this working so you guys can see the chart all right. Can any of you guys hear me right now? No, we're having some technical difficulties, apparently. Nothing in the chat right now, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. So I'm just going to sit here and wait a minute until somebody says something. And as far as the replay goes, I don't know. Nope. Okay. There goes somebody. All right, so you guys can hear me now. All right. Where was I? I was just giving you guys the whole recap here. All right, cool. All right, now I was talking about the live stream. So, my stop ended up triggering. I kept everything the same. Stop ended up triggering. All right, sitting out. And as far as I go, as far as everything else I said here, now the odds of $80 increase again. Yeah, the odds of $80 certainly increase. And you know, there's a few things, you know, that could possibly make it even worse, guys. And we're gonna go over that today. All right, cool. We're no longer frozen. I don't know. It's weird because all right, cool. My screen is kind of messing me up right here now too. But anyway, we got this breakout. So I was referencing this pattern earlier on Twitter, and we lost that lower time frame uptrend, and now it's just sitting patient. Other than that little day trade that I took, which I'm haven't really been paying attention to right now, but yep, still kind of holding there. You know, if we get a nice green close here, and then we'll see a little bit of follow through, but that's just a little short-term trade, guys. As far as everything else, I'm going to sit here and wait for a minute. So let's go to the charts here and looking at the Litecoin and see what's going on. Obviously, on the hourly, I quickly gave you a recap on what I'm trying to do with the low time frame, but we're currently testing support pretty close. We have a little bit of support right here where I made my long. Okay, now this is a day trade. I just want to clarify, this is a day trade. It is not a long-term hold position. I would turn it into a long-term hold position if somehow, let me just find my pen tool. I don't know why I always do this. There we go. If we got a bounce here, right? And I said I'll be looking to scale out of this day trade in the low 120s, because at this point, guys, I am pretty sure that this is going to now serve as resistance, and we're going to continue breaking down. We're going to go out into the hundreds, and I don't know, we could bounce and move here a little bit and then come down, or we'll just fall right through it, because we already did this before, guys. We had this little rally, 100% retracement of the rally, which is not what you want to see if we're trying to flip bull here. And you know, I was very optimistic all the way up until this point. So yes, I am obviously just as upset as everybody else that this right here failed to break out. So these are the things we're going to be looking for. So currently I want to trade this. If we get a break through it, which I don't think will happen, but if we get a break through it and then we come down, we can set a higher low here and then maybe breakout attempt of the upper yellow trend line here, which would give us an inverted head and shoulders. You guys can see that pattern right there. That is possible, right? That could be a possibility. I guess I would say that that's the only chance the Bulls have left, if they were to pull that off. So I'm in this day trade, and you know, I guess that's just more reason to want to try to sit in this trade. You know, that is possible, but you know, we have a lot of resistance here. You know, this little area right here of 121 to 123 has served as a pretty good bounce point. And we consolidated here a little bit. Then you got back here where we had this previous rally. You know, so this 124, 123, 122 level is pretty significant. At least, you know, back to January 22nd. That is currently what I am looking at. Now, I showed you briefly how that bear scenario would continue to play out. We come up here, we reject. We fall through, we fall into this range, and then boom, we come down to $180. Here's what I don't like. And this is what sucks. What I don't like is the LTC USD chart on the weekly time frame. I'm going to pull that up. If you guys are liking the live stream, please smash the like button. and feel free to ask any questions and I will answer them for you all. Actually, let's go to the monthly. So, you guys know this chart from my previous live streams. This is the monthly bull case for Litecoin that I've talked about in reference since for months now, a couple months now. The last thing I said when we didn't get that 80 is that we might not need to hit the $80. We closed January holding the bottom trend line, giving us this nice bull flag pattern. Now all we need to do is start making our way up and then break out of it. Right now we're not off to a good start. We came up to the middle of this pattern and rejected with a wick, and it's pushing all the way down with 11 days to go on the month. If we were to get that inverted head and shoulders to play out like I mentioned from our current price level, then yes, we can still push up before that 11 days is over and hold this pattern. If we don't guys, and we break down and we close the month below this lower trend line, we will then have invalidated this monthly bull case scenario. And at that point, guys, it's just going to be ugly. We're going to be in a bear market for a while. I'm sorry. That's just that. I mean, that is my opinion. I mean, if we come down and, you know, we can't push back up and hold this level, I mean, it's trying to think here, you know, we could come down, we could test $67 on the monthly, bounce off that level. But no matter what it is, guys, if this happens, we will not see $1,000 Litecoin by the end of 2022, in my opinion. I just don't think it'll happen. I'm just talking about worst case scenario. You know, if that were to happen, worst case scenario, because we can just open up the date and time range here, and let's just go to end of December 2022. Okay, so that's how much time we'd have from today to the end of the year. That's how much room we got. If we come down here to $67, we lose this flag, or we come down here to $40, $50, anything down here, guys, you are not going to see a move from down here. Just giving you example, visual representation. You are not going to see a move like that. It just doesn't even look right. We've had it back here, right, guys? But this is the 2017 rally. You've never seen anything on Litecoin like that since. And then the only way that something like that kind of rally is going to happen is if that LTC BTC chart gets that convincing breakout and everything else looks good. So I'm just talking strictly USD chart right here. What looks good? You know, if it looks abnormal, it's probably not going to happen. And I want to be bullish. I hope at 11 days, I hope we can get that low time frame inverted head and shoulders. That would actually be really nice. But if we keep breaking down, the odds are going to continue to increase that we see lower than $80. I don't know. I'm just being honest with you all. Yeah, 7-2 Tony. Let's all market buy 10K Litecoin right now. Yeah, guys. It's just the way it works, guys. And I'm not saying I'm the best trader. I'm a good trader. I'm not the best trader. There's other traders on Twitter that are even better than me. You know, and even the best traders on Twitter that are better than me can't even figure it out all the time. All right, it's all about risk to reward, or trading discipline. You know, just because you made a bad call on Twitter doesn't mean you lost money. Okay, maybe we lost 1%, but made 10% or 20%. on our previous trade or couple trades. So, you know, I just, you know, you guys got to know that, but not everyone's going to make good calls on Twitter. Granted, recently, as of recent, most of the time my calls have been pretty accurate on Twitter. So, you know, I'm happy I'm not on a terrible, you know, bad streak lately, but you know, I'm just being transparent, guys. I'm not a fortune teller, so I cannot predict the future. It's all risk to reward. It's all math. It's all you know, well-educated guesses, and that is how trading works. So hope you guys are all having a good time. Hope, you know, you're enjoying the live stream, and if you like it, please smash the like button and subscribe. And just one more quick shout out: the crypto ties are available with the sickest pictures on cryptoties.com, where you can order with free shipping. They are now available to everyone that was not on the waiting list. We have caught up and shipped out all the ties to people, most of the people on the waiting list that placed an order. Guessing chances for a BTC. Oh, guessing chances for a BTC inverted head and shoulders are dropping, literally. Let's look at some other charts, guys, because I know I've been talking about just Litecoin here. Let's zoom out and look at Bitcoin, starting with the daily. So we just lost support here at 41.5. All right. Yeah. I mean, I see, you know, the potential, I mean, inverted head and shoulders play here. You know, yes, the chances for an inverted head and shoulders are dropping, but not everything has to be an inverted head and shoulders. I mean, you could just, we'll use fib here. Notice how the 0.618 level here lines up perfectly with $38,729 right here. We could get a nice bounce play off this level, off the 0.618, and still set a daily high or low. Like, you know, it could happen. It just doesn't look clean, in my opinion. We'll zoom out a little bit more. We'll go to the 2-day. There we go. That looks, you know, but then you got this right here. So we got that 2-day that I was talking about, right? Remember when we were holding $41,616, and then we had this candle here, which reacted off the EMA 12 and closed just above that. Look, now we got a bearish engulfing. So we're definitely going to come down and test this area, almost guaranteed. In my opinion. So if you were going to try to make a long entry, your last shot would be at the 0.618 at 38,729. Yeah, so that's currently what I'm looking at. But no, we don't need to have an inverted head and shoulders. It doesn't have to be an inverted head and shoulders. It's textbook and it looks clean. But we could certainly set a daily high or low here and then break up like that. Off that 0.618 level. So there is a little bit left for the bulls to hold. It's not much. So yeah, something like that could play out on Bitcoin, guys. All right. What's the chance it'll go to $80? I honestly can't tell you right now. I'm neutral. And you know, I'm just trading the low time frame. Once it prints a little bit more data, then I can give you a better answer as far as that goes. Looking at Litecoin on the 2-day, we just looked at Bitcoin. Now we're looking at Litecoin on the 2-day, and we're currently sitting at this 115 kind of support level. So this is the last thing that people got on Litecoin to hold on to. And Bitcoin hasn't even dropped yet, and that's got to drop another 4%, right? So we're going to need to see the LTC BTC chart start moving up. And look at the LTC BTC chart. Keeps rejecting off that trend line. You know, we talked about this a little while ago on the LTC BTC. You know, we keep getting this. It happens all the time. We break up above the upper trend line, turns into a big rejects. Break up, rejects. Like, it just keeps doing that. But we do have support here at 28.53. So what would be great, talking a little bullish here, is if we can double bottom here. That's sloppy looking, but you get my point. If we can double bottom here and then make another breakout attempt, I would definitely want to see us clear 31.58, you know, 31.50, this area here, for me to be at all convinced on anything, because we need to set a higher low and continue up. That would be cool. Otherwise, we're coming down. That simple. There's no other option. It's going to be one of those two. We're going to break this support, and we're just going to fall straight down, and things are going to get bloody fast. Or we're going to set a double bottom here and make another breakout attempt. So that's what I'm looking at as far as LTC BTC. We'll zoom in a little bit, see what's happening on the 4 hour. Yeah, that double bottom possibility right there is going to be the last thing to hold on to. Otherwise, we'll definitely crash down. So I would like to see a bounce on that. I would like to see Bitcoin. This is me speaking as a bull. I just gave you the worst possible scenario, but we're just kind of dissecting all of this information and trying to come up with conclusions here. So, and I'm doing this all with you guys while you're watching. So Bitcoin didn't come down, hold the 38 level. We used fib. Yeah, let me zoom out. I want to go out to the daily. Go out to the daily. Use fib tool. That lines up with 0.618, which is the golden pocket, golden ratio. For guys that, for people that do not know, 0.618 is a very, very popular target. That lines up well. We can get a bounce there. That'll look good. I gave you my bullish viewpoint, the bullish possibility to look out for Litecoin. If we do bounce off the 115 range, we could look for that inverted head and shoulders possibility right here on the 4 hour. Just going to show it again, guys. Left shoulder, get the head, right shoulder, which would be, you know, our higher low. The only thing that concerns me, bearish side, is that we have had an almost more than 3/4 retracement of the original move. Right? Using the fib tool here. The 0.618 didn't do shit. Let's zoom out to the 2-day on this, just so everything's kind of consistent with the Bitcoin chart that I was showing you guys. But that's just ugly. I'm sorry that the chart's a little messy, guys, because I am in a trade and I, you know, was going over a lot of different things here. But, you know, just looking at this, guys, it's like the 0.618 had no reaction. You know, we retrace. I mean, here, yeah. I mean, we just fell through everything. And the LTC BTC chart is doing nothing. Just keeps rejecting off the upper trend line. You know, this trend line we got here for a very long time. This is the 2-day, not the weekly. So I'll pull up the weekly here. But yeah, you guys know the LTC BTC chart real well. Touches here, here, wick here, touch here, wick touch there. Then we got a touch here and a touch here. I mean, we got more rejections off the upper trend line of this pattern. The more that it keeps doing that, the more it's going to want to make another test on the bottom trend line. In that worst case scenario possibility, yep, that's where you get much lower than $80. And that's where we enter a bear market for a little bit. I think we'll just be consolidating for a while at that point. So let's hope not. Let's hope that the bulls got a surprise in store. So the more that I look at these charts, the more time I spend talking out loud to all of you guys, it really makes me want to just sit in this little day trade that I made. Hope we get that bounce. Hope we can get an inverted head and shoulders there. Hope that Bitcoin, you know, holds this level, holds the $38,000 level, the $38,800 level. It's so messy with the fib there, but yeah, guys. So that is pretty much my current outlook on the market. And I know I mentioned here in this post about the Russia-Ukraine situation, which we all, you know, most people know it's all propaganda. But these, you know, just the talks of the threat, and over the past, you know, few days even, it just, the headlines are escalating. And a lot of people that don't do a ton of research, and it's just the markets are going to react to it, guys. Now, I mean, a lot of people are smart. You know, they know what to look out for. Me, typically, I don't even pay attention to news headlines. You can all see it in the charts. You know, you can pretty much see everything in the charts. Like, I've been trading for years without reading the news every morning and then looking at the chart. Like, I don't need to do that. You know, bad news article comes out. This is a hypothetical. Bad news article comes out, breaks trend line. Okay, I know it broke the trend line, so I know what my trade plan is. I don't need to see that what caused it. So yeah. But yeah, just touching on that. I mean, we do with the Russia-Ukraine situation happening right now. It's undeniably affecting the markets, regardless if it's imminent, how imminent. If it's never going to happen, it's just more propaganda. It doesn't matter what the viewpoint is, how concerned you are over it, whether you don't think it's going to happen or will happen. It doesn't matter. It is affecting the market as a whole. So we do have to watch that too. And as that, you know, intensifies in the news, I'm sure it will have more impacts on the market. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. This was a little bit longer of a live stream, definitely. We are well over the half-hour point as usual. And so let's see here. Miro, I believe. Yeah. If LTC BTC is at resistance and BTC will go down, why get in the trade? Well, LTC BTC right now is possibly, like I just said, setting up for a double bottom. And it is the last chance for the bulls. So why not get in a trade? Just set a stop loss. Okay, you're going to set a stop loss. I'd rather lose a couple percent on a few bullish trade entries, right? Otherwise, you're just sitting there. You're not even in the market. And you don't need to be in the market if you're uncomfortable. But I am seeing this as bullish opportunities, because what happens if we don't bounce here? We are going down hard. So this is the last chance. So aggressive bulls are going to make an entry here. And so if we get that bounce in the LTC BTC chart, we'll look good. And like I said, BTC USD, guys, on the 4-hour right now, we are testing the 200 moving average. Okay. And we have support here at 38,800. So, you know, And that is a matter of a couple percent. It's like 3 or 4% down. Like, yeah, 3.5, 4% lower. So not much lower. LTC BTC is looking like we could set up for a double bottom. So why not make a trade entry? Why not enter here? You know, and we're already starting to hit support here at 115 on Litecoin. So yeah, I'll definitely make a trade here. Because if we keep, and look at the RSI, we got oversold RSI, certainly on the lower time frame, like the hourly, the 2 hour, oversold. So yeah, definitely making a long attempt. But yeah, guys, no, I hope that that helped you guys. You know, it's been a week, a little over a week since did a live stream, and since then, the viewers right now in this live stream are actually lower than all the other live streams. I figured this one would be the most valuable. So hopefully you guys catch it in the replay. You know, I do want to give you guys a heads up and let you know that I will not be doing as many live streams going into the summertime. I'm going to be doing them like this, once a week probably. And I like this format where I just kind of recap on everything on Twitter to just fill in all the blanks and then give you a current update on a medium higher time frame. So that way it's still relevant a week later where we pick up from where we left off. So I do like that. I do like that format. And that's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to try to do a live stream every week. And yeah, guys, so if you like that, and you do want me to still keep doing them, you know, I would try to do more live streams. Another bottle of Stella. I want to do more live streams, but it is a lot of work, guys. I'm doing a lot of work right now. And life is just going to get really busy going into springtime. So we'll try to do them once a week. But yeah, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is Flying Cryptos. If you want to check out the ties that are now available at cryptoties.com, they are the only designer crypto tie in the world. And they are 100% silk, made in Italy, in the same city as Giorgio Armani, and they're fucking sick. So, YouTube, don't get pissed off with the use of language there. But anyway, thanks, guys. Hope you have a good one. Love you all. We'll play a little bit of music. Cheers.